always wanted to start my own business from a young age, but I didn't really have the confidence to do it.
So how did it happen in the end?
I actually met a chap called Ian Scott, and I attended one of his Enterprise Island challenges, and it all changed from there.
How? How did it change?
Like I said, I attended one of his challenges, and I met him and his associates, and I went to a panel, pitched my idea for guided tours of Bradford, and instead of that being laughed out of the room, people were interested, and it was just, I guess, just having that confirmation of like, this is a really good idea, you know, and you can do it.
You had that fear the audience would just laugh at you and you would go away with your head held low. So things didn't go as expected, did they?
No, I guess I had this fear of like, oh, you know, where's your business plan? Where's this? Because that's what had happened previously, and meeting Ian and the panel, his associates, it was completely different. They didn't ask me for a business plan. They didn't ask me for my financials. It was all about me and my passion and what I was going to bring to the table, and it was about that and my knowledge, and that was so refreshing. Okay,
so you started off with tours of Bradford. Tell me a little bit more about those.
Yeah, I did heritage tours of Bradford, really focusing on the heritage side of it, because it's got a plethora of history from the Industrial Revolution, and I really wanted to bring that across and to get that message out that, you know, Bradford's not grim, it's actually fantastic, and come and see our heritage.
So that happens, and you're now making gin. That's an amazing transformation in business.
It is. I don't know how it happened. I'm still wondering myself. No, I moved to Cornwall, and I got married, and over dinner one evening, as me and my husband were discussing already what we wanted to do for the future, because we were both wanting to get back into self-employment. My mother-in-law couldn't believe I didn't like gin. So we were sat with her, and I said, well, I just don't like it. So we started to find out why I didn't like it, and then we set about making a gin that I did like.
So that, once again, it didn't go as expected.
It didn't. Well, we were actually already going down the lines of a drinks business, hence, you know, talking about drinks, and we had some ideas, did some research and everything, and gin is in, it's big, it's getting bigger, so I knew gin was the way to go. So it was, you know, and again, all around a conversation, and that's what Ian always says, everything starts with the conversation.
Now, I've been speaking to your partner, William, and he says also part of it was to do with the fact, well, he needed a job.
Yes. He'd been living in Germany for quite a while. He'd been in photography. He came back to help his folks. And the only work he could get locally was labouring. And he just didn't want to do that forever. So that was another part of it. And down, you know, in this region, self-employment is big. It's very much your stable employment, really. So that was another factor.
And where do you get your energy to keep producing all these bottles of gin? Was it 700 a week or something like that?
Yeah, we just keep drinking. We just keep drinking gin. No, you've got to be passionate about what you want to do, and you've got to believe in it. And because, you know, it's a very difficult, you know, self-employment isn't easy, and the bigger you get, and the more you grow, the harder it can get as well. So it's just about having that passion, that belief to keep going. And you know, we get tired, we're very tired, but we just have to keep going because we believe in it and we know it's going to work.
So you were saying earlier that Ian has played a part in your business development by his influence. What would you think is the most pertinent part of that he has put into your business, or he's influenced you with?
I would say, firstly, giving the belief, and it kind of just opens you up. It kind of gets to the core of it, opens it all up, and then it's like you can just explode into the world. And I would also say that again, talking about things, talking everything through really, really helps. Believing in yourself, and if something doesn't work, look at why it's not working and change it. It's not hard, it's straightforward. It doesn't have to be difficult, and there's always a way.